Hello, this is Ruth Ann. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my perfume haul. So without delay, I am going to get started. The first fragrance, here is the box. Oh, okay, that's not gonna, okay, Shahd by Lataffa. And here is the bottle. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance. This is supposed to be a dupe for Narciso Rodriguez in the dark pink rosy bottle. This is a very light, very feminine, I shouldn't say light. It's light in its quality, but yet it's very strong in its presence. It's a strong perfume, but it's a light floral, very feminine, rosy, jasmine-y. It's a lot like what you would expect in this pink bottle. Okay, it's just a very, exactly what you see is what you get. Like if you could say, what does this color smell like? It would smell a lot like this fragrance. It's very feminine, very beautiful, and it's got a nice white musky base to it. So it's a light pink floral with a musky base. If you like Narciso Rodriguez, any kind of light pink, white musky florals, you're going to like this. It's very pretty, and I want to say I paid $30-some for this on eBay, so not really expensive, but not super cheap either. Really, really pretty though. Next up, oh, I'm making all kinds of noise here. Next up, I have a Britney Spears fragrance. This is VIP Private Show. Britney Spears has a fabulous range of perfumes, very affordable, very, very beautiful fragrances. Everything from things that smell really classy to things that are totally not at all serious. And VIP Show is in that genre. This came out in 2017. The notes include mango, blood orange, red apple, so there's a fruity quality there. And then other notes include violet, orange blossom, magnolia, amber, musk, and woody notes. I'll tell you what this reminds me a lot of. It reminds me a lot of Midnight Fantasy. So Midnight Fantasy would be like the evening version of VIP Private Show. So if you're familiar with this fragrance, you'll be familiar with this fragrance. If you like this one, you will like this one. This one's just a little lighter, brighter daytime version of Midnight Fantasy. But very same kind of indolic jasmine quality to it. Very pretty, very inexpensive. This is a 1 ounce that I got for around $12 to $15. Next up, I have a little 30 ml bottle of White Diamonds Night, and this is by Elizabeth Taylor. I came across this in some other video that recommended this as a great dark evening fragrance. I would say that that's accurate. It's beautiful, just like the bottle suggests. It's kind of a glam evening fragrance. This is dark fruits, and I would say plum and dark berries with a sexy patchouli base. So it's very nice, very feminine, very affordable. If you want an affordable evening fragrance, this is definitely going to fit the bill for you. I haven't given it a much of a wear yet to give you a full review, but my first impressions are this is gorgeous. And I have 2 more. These are 2 fragrances that I received for my birthday recently. I have covered this fragrance before on my channel. This is LouLou by Cacharel. Lately I've been covering a lot of 80s fragrances. This is totally an 80s tacky bottle presentation. And if you can see that, I mean, it just doesn't get more 80s than that, right? But don't let this bottle fool you. This is a grown-up fragrance, an amber floral, lots of incense. This is a clubbing nighttime kind of a fragrance. However, it can be totally pulled off during the day. Very heavy, very strong, projects like crazy. So think of ripe bowl of fruits, sweet, heady, with a bunch of booze, with a bunch of incense. That's what LouLou is. I've heard it called sex in a bottle. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what a lot of other people seem to think of it. And when I received this, my adult daughters were there, and they're in their 20s, and they both loved it. They both thought it was fabulous. They couldn't believe that it was from the 80s. They're like, oh, I would totally wear that. So I think just from their first impressions, this is a scent that would go across all ages. And it's just gorgeous. And this is my second bottle of it, and that's why I asked for it for my birthday. Not super cheap. This was probably $50 for this 1.7 fluid ounce bottle, which is expensive in my opinion, but that's why I asked for it for my birthday, because I always ask for expensive perfumes for my birthday because I refuse to spend this much money for myself. But really highly recommend, and this stuff is tenacious. It'll last a good 12 hours. And then I have one more, again, a birthday gift, and this was a long awaited, on my list for a long time. I'll show you the bottle. This is Quelque Fleur by Houbigant, and I'm going to show you the bottle here. This is the original Quelque Fleur, l'original Eau de Parfum by Houbigant, Paris, which is, of course, a French perfume house of long standing. This is a rather famous perfume. This came out, believe it or not, ladies, in 2013. So this has been around a long time. So this has a million notes. It's one of those super complex French perfumes. Green notes, orange blossom, tarragon, bergamot, citrus, lemon in the top. In the mid we have lilac, jasmine, lily of the valley, violet. I mean, it goes on and on. Heliotrope, carnation, rose. And then in the base we have honey, musk, civet, sandalwood, amber, vanilla, and tonka. Really none of those notes stands out alone. None at all. This has classically been described as a bouquet of dried flowers. I don't know if I agree with dried. It smells like a bouquet of flowers, but it's got a real powdery, dainty, fresh quality. So this is dried flowers. It's a little soapy. It's a little powdery. What I would describe this is as a ladylike, elegant, classic floral. All right, absolutely gorgeous. It's very long lasting. Like, I don't know if it ever goes away. When you spray it on, you'll smell it the next day. It'll still be on your clothes the next day. It gets into your sheets and your bedding, and it's just with you. When I looked on Fragrantica, it's often compared to White Shoulders, the perfume called White Shoulders, and I disagree. I would say it's in the same genre of old school powdery white florals, but doesn't smell anything like White Shoulders, in my opinion. Same genre, completely different perfume. This fragrance is much stronger. It's absolutely tenacious in its longevity. White Shoulders isn't like that at all. White Shoulders has a much more of a dry, musky, civety dry down. I don't pick up any civet in this at all. I'm sure the civet is just there to give it depth and longevity. But what you get with this is more of the florals, and like I said, with that the powdery soapy quality for me is more in the background. This is really more of a floral. But everyone's opinion is different. Like I said, when I looked on Fragrantica, a lot of people describe this as soap, milled French soap. And I love soapy fragrances, but this, to me, the soapiness is in the background. This is really more floral for me. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad that my husband bought this for me. And I like this so much that I'm going to try to collect its flankers and some of the other Houbigant fragrances that are more classic and well-known. Highly recommend this, but it's expensive. This was like $130, you guys. So that's why I asked for it for my birthday. Worth every penny. Absolutely beautiful. So that is my video. I'm so glad you joined me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.